Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Jalen Says, and today we're gonna be with Mr. Ify Mccoy. But thank you guys a lot. As I'm pretty sure you did see my video I just posted. I did win the Vice Awards. I just posted a video of it now. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for voting, and just thank you for all the support, Justin, Jalen Says, and everything. So guys, let's get this started off, and here we are with Mr. Ify Mccoy.
Hello,
Hello.
brother.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nice, eh? But you do a lot with inspirational speaking and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. So first, let's get to start off while people are joining. What is the first thing you done?
What was that again?
What was the first thing you did with inspirational speaking?
Uh, that that is hard to remember. I probably was in church. I think it was in church. That's when I started with the inspiration. I thought it was something that has to do with ministry, but then I noticed it wasn't it. I noticed I was very fascinated in hearing things about inspiration and motivation and all that. I didn't know what motivational speaking was then. I just knew I had the spirit to uplift people's momentum,
Yeah.
emotions, and all that.
Like you didn't know what it was, but you had like a calling to do it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know it was a thing at the time. I didn't know it was a profession. I didn't know it was something really people do. I just felt like inspiring people. And when I see people feeling down or feeling demotivated, I have those, inspiration in me to talk to them and get them fired up back again. So I believe way back in the days in the church, kind of, yeah. So I would say that was the first time I ever had an inspiring presentation, in front of people or with some individuals, as it were.
How long ago was that?
Probably about 15 years ago. It's
Wow.
been quite long of a time.
Wow.
It's been a while. It's been a while, really. It's now that I really understand what the whole thing was all about. Then I didn't know what it was about. I just felt, the energy I have on the inside of me increases when I try to inspire people. And it's such an exceptional feeling. So whenever I'm doing that, I feel so fulfilled. I feel that I'm doing something great. So, and that was when I know I loved it. And then as time goes on, I started investing more and I started reading more and I started listening to. Back then, we were not used to YouTubes and all that. So when I started watching YouTubes and all that, I'm like, oh, okay. I see someone doing what I'm trying to do. And I see a better way to do what I'm doing. That's how it started.
Okay, and when did you start doing it professionally?
I would say about last year. Started last year, last 2 years ago.
Okay, and
Yeah,
what were you
2 years.
doing until you made it like your profession?
Huh?
What were you doing until you made it your profession?
Yeah, I was working a regular job, 9 to 5, which is not bad. I believe that as long as what you're doing is in line with what your personal goals are, I keep telling people there's really nothing wrong in working for people and doing the 9 to 5 jobs. But the only problem I have is when people trying to criticize those who try to come out of it. Like if you're not called to do business, if you're not called to be an entrepreneur, you don't have to. But and this is the thing: if you find yourself criticizing those who trying to become entrepreneur, if you find yourself saying, "Oh, we all don't have to be an entrepreneur," all right? It means that there's something God has been telling you to do, you're not doing. You're just reacting to people who are making progress in their life. So there's nothing wrong in doing those regular jobs. It's just following your passion. At the end of the day, you want to work to live and not live to work. So I was doing the regular job and it was okay. There's nothing wrong with it, but I
Yeah, I
have to follow
mean,
my passion.
yeah,
But
I mean, regular jobs are fine. I mean, most of us entrepreneurs, or most people, even without jobs, children, can't do what they say is normal day-to-day life. Like, I know not a lot of people have televisions and stuff like that, food, stuff like that, but for some people, it's a part of their regular, normal day-to-day life. And without those 9 to 5 workers,
Mm-hmm.
that wouldn't be happening.
Right, right. It's I believe that a good number of people really want to quit their 9 to 5. A good number of people, but they fear. The fear of where am I going to start from? The fear of where is this money going to come from? We keep saying you got to fear the fear and do it anyways. You have to leap and grow your wings on your way down. If you don't leap, those wings will never come up. You got to come to a point where it's going to be do or die. You, everybody has come to that point, except your father is really a billionaire and you just have to invest from their money. But if you're coming from a natural background, like 80% of the world, man, you got to get to that point. You have to decide if you're going to do it or not. And here's the thing: the satisfaction comes in trying it. TDJs always talk about doing it, feeling the fear, and doing it anyways. You don't want to get to the point and get to your sick bed and you'll be filled with had I known, could have, what have. You don't want to do that. You see, the regrets of failing or the regrets of not trying is always worse than the regrets of failing. I would rather fail at something knowing that I've tried, knowing that I put everything I got, than the regrets of, wow, I wish I could have tried it. Maybe I could have become this. So someone said that you will miss 100% of a shot that you never take. So if you're inspiring to be an entrepreneur, you have the goals, you have the passion, you have the vision, you gotta lead, bro. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, even as you said a little bit earlier, you said people that even have like their fathers, mothers who have billions of dollars, they should invest or do something. That is true, because even if you have a family member, a father, mother, anything like that, or just a family member who has a lot of money and is basically giving some of it to you, which still may be like a lot,
Mm-hmm.
a lot, you should still be doing work. Like, what if that cash flow stops coming to you, or just you should, because not doing work and not having life experiences like that could just make you a very shallow person.
Yeah, that is so true, and it goes away because I always say this, and a lot of parents, fall prey to this. A lot of parents want their kids to become who they were. So the fact that you're a successful medical doctor, you want the children to be medical doctors, and you want your children to be engineers. There's nothing wrong in wanting the good things about your children, and the problem that a lot of kids face today is we are fighting between what is good and what is right. Being a lawyer is very good. If that's what your parents want for you, is a good thing. But the question is it right for you? So the fact that you were a successful businessman doesn't mean that your kids have to be a successful business women and men. And I always give this scenario. And I was driving on the highway someday and I made a wrong exit. And immediately I made the wrong exit. It came to my mind that this was a wrong exit. I was like, oh, that was a wrong exit. But then something said to my spirit, I did not make a wrong exit. I made a wrong exit for me because the person in front of me and the person behind me, it is the right exit for them, even though we're on the same road, even though we're on the same trajectory of our journey. So the fact that you were successful at something doesn't mean your children will have to follow suit. And that is where purpose and passion comes in. So now it is important that whatever you're born from, whether you are born with a golden spoon or rotten spoon, purpose and passion is important. When you identify, it doesn't matter if your parents were poor, if your parents were rich. That is where the fulfillment of life is. From my own perspective.
Yes, yes. And by the way, this may be a little bit off topic, but I really like your watch.
Oh, thank you,
Yeah,
thank you.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna ask you about that later. It was really,
you,
really.
you're looking good as well with your
Thank you.
blazers.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But also with other things you're wearing, your hat about Unscripted Voices, which is something you're the founder of. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Unscripted voices is I would say is my baby that has been in my heart for, I would say, for over 10 years, over 15 years. The idea has been there. And the whole idea was to, organize a group of people and we just run into, impromptu speech and all that. And I never implemented on it. And I don't want to say I regret it, kind of, but then I'm still thankful that it's up now. So the whole idea started during the peak of pandemic where everybody was losing their job. I lost my own job too, and we were all forced to be innovative. Someone said that necessity is the mother of invention. I believe it pushed a lot of people to go into their purpose, go into their destiny, and follow their passion. And that was how the idea of Unscripted was. I said, okay, we can't be able to meet right now, but we can do something online. And the power of social media increased by 100, over to 300%. And I had just finished a course with Les Brown, and I was like, okay, why don't I just start this? And when we started, it was so fun. You just appear and we just give you an impromptu speech for 5 minutes, and that was how we started. And then it started evolving. We started bringing other programs. So right now we have about 4 to 5 different programs that we run on Unscripted Voices, and then we have the Unscripted Voice Academy for teens and kids, which I hope one day you're gonna join them there to inspire other kids. So it's been amazing. It's been such a blessing, and there's nothing wrong in following that passion, because here's the thing. Sometimes I believe that what God is showing you right now might not be the end in itself. Most times it's a means to an end. The things we have in Unscripted Voices now are not the things I had in mind when we started. But as we progress into it, as we innovate, as I will follow the guidelines and the visions, a lot of things begin to evolve. So now Unscripted Voices is a speech enhancement group where we learn how to be instant, we learn how to be bold, we learn how to be able to cancel all fears and anxiety. Listen, it doesn't matter what profession you do in life. The ability to communicate effectively, the ability to persuade, the ability to inspire, to motivate is a strength that we all need. Warren Buffett said that you can increase your value by over 50% if you learn the art of communication, quote unquote, public speaking. So to be able to be instant, especially I've had a lot of interviews that are that have been conducted in a train, in a bus, at the airport. You don't always have to get ready. You just have to stay ready all the time, because when opportunity comes, you don't have time for preparation. So what we do in the groups to make sure that you are instant at every single point. Whenever you're called upon, you are instant. You are ready to deliver. So if anybody watching and you want to learn how to be instant, we have created a platform for you to be practical, because we don't just believe in theory. Unscripted Voices is called a practical culture. It's a place you practice and practice. And this is what practice does, is that practice creates a likelihood for you to keep remembering new informations, because the most important things are the things you store in your subconscious. If I ask you an impromptu questions right now, it is not your conscious that answers it. It is your subconscious that answers it based off of the information that you've been feeding on it. So when you practice and practice and practice, you are feeding your subconscious with information, the books you read, the movies you watch, the music you listen to, those things will start coming out. So if you want to know what is in your subconscious, you have to come to Unscripted Voices. Within a second, we'll just let you know. So that's what the platform is all about.
Nice, nice. And how can people join?
It's a private group. All you gotta do is probably try to put the link on the comment section after the live. I don't know if one of my workers can put it. If this is streaming, I'm not sure if it is streaming on my page right now. I will check if it is streaming on my page. I would love someone to put on the link for Unscripted Voices Facebook group. All you're gonna do is just click the join link, and we're gonna accept you, and then have you to join on different platforms. I also have a book club. It's just for 5 to, I think we have like $15 subscription right every month. With the subscription every month, you have these 5 packages of the title dropout we do every week. We have the morning raw for the 5 minutes impromptu speech. We have the Squid Game Unscripted. It's a powerful competition. We also have the challenge show. Is then the book club is enormous, and we have developed mechanism called the feedback. Is a way for you to measure your growth. We don't just want to give you assignments and titles. We develop a mechanism. It is more like, how do I put it? Is designed to really measure each and every single growth. So as I'm speaking to you right now, I have to have a self-analysis of my eye contact, my gesture, my composure. All these things are measured so that you know the things you need to improve upon when next you come online, when next you speak to people. So practice, like Les Brown says, makes improvement. We want to improve every single moment of our public speaking engagement. So you guys, are anybody's watching this now, you are always welcome to Unscripted Voices.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
And I just put in the link of the group to the chat. It's a private page, so you'll have to join and get, acceptance, stuff like that. But that is a link to the group. So
Mhm.
guys, if you have any children or just you want to join, please, please, please click the link. Very important. Please do. And thank you guys. Also, thank you guys for joining, and just thank you guys for all the support. But okay, let's get back to this.
Yep.
So, what other big plans do you have for Unscripted Voices?
So, I forgot to mention the academy. So, we have the Unscripted Voices for the adult. Then we have the Unscripted Voices Academy, which is for teens and kids. So, what we do there basically is on personal development for the teens and kids, ranging from purpose discovery, public speaking, writing, reading. All this is out. We are trying to equip the next generation into being bold, into identifying their purposes, which is very, very important. Allowing those kids to follow their passion. This is the thing that gives you life. At the end of the day, there are two things that will have to marry each other for there to be ultimate satisfaction. That is purpose and passion. You can't have one and leave the other. If you identify your purpose and you do not follow your passion, you will live an unhappy life. And if you follow your passion and then you miss out on your purpose, you will still be unsatisfied. So the ability to marry these two together becomes very important, very dynamic, and highly illustrious. So what we do in the academy is to help these young ones to follow passions and dream. That is where the life satisfaction is. So that is the ultimate goal for the academy and for the Unscripted Voices. Now, for now, we just started the subscription. It started this year for you to be a participant. Now you can be a member in the group. You don't have to pay to be a member, but you have to be watching people. You have to be a spectator. But spectators don't win trophies. When you sit at the gallery, they don't bring trophies to you. Like my man Billy Osbrook said, that championship are given to those who deserve it. Championship cannot be borrowed. So you can be in the group and be a spectator and watch everybody improve. That is okay. If that's what you want for your life. But then if you want to improve on your confidence, if you want to improve on how to be instant, if you want to improve on being persuasive and speaking convincingly, it is important that you engage yourself in the group activities. The
Yeah.
subscription, like I said, is just $15 every month. And then you have these 5 packages that will unleash every single potentials that you have in you already. Like, we don't teach much. The platform is not a place to teach, it's a place that we have created to allow you to express your full self.
Okay.
Every day you learn on YouTube, you read, you go to classes and courses and conferences, but there's not enough environment to practice the things you know. So we create an enabling environment for you to practice the things you already know. So, and then we are having our TV show. Very soon, going to be going on TV.
Wow.
So
Wow.
everything you're watching on the group now is going to be on TV. And
Wow.
then for the academy, we are also launching the school district competition where you have all these kids coming together to compete not just on being eloquent, but inspiring people, bringing messages that can uplift people. Because I believe there's so much potential in young ones. I learn a lot from them. When I
Yeah.
teach them in the class, I believe that I learn more than they learn from me. So that's why I love to interact with these kids, because their ideas are fresh. they have unlimited belief. They are not old enough, because when we start getting old, what happens is we start seeing the things around us. We start seeing how our parents are paying bills. They start telling us, like, do you think this is, I pluck this money from the tree? Do you think this money comes from the street? Ideas start building. We start feeding our subconscious with a lot of impossibilities. But
Wow.
the young people don't have no limitations. They don't think like adult.
Yeah.
Their possibilities are beyond our reasonable doubt. So that's why when I interact with them, I want to always be with these kids, because I get so inspired a lot. So the whole idea is to make sure that they keep following those dreams, those passions, and letting them know that nothing, absolutely nothing, can stop a man who is determined to follow their dream and follow their passion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So make sure, you guys, you make sure to check it out. Make sure the links are in the chat. So make sure to check out the group pages and stuff like that. But with some other questions, you said a little bit ago you just trained under Les Brown, and I'm pretty sure you just recently now graduated the class.
Yeah, that was sometime. Is it last year or 2 years ago? It's not this year. That was like 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I had graduated from the class. It's called the Power Voice Academy with Les Brown, Power Voice System with Les Brown and John Talarico. It was an awesome experience. I had one-on-one conversation with Les, and then I think Les Brown was one of the first individuals that came to Unscripted Voices program.
Wow.
He was in the program sometime early last year, and it was an awesome experience. And this is a little bit of short stories. I don't know if I can tell you that. If do we have time for that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was back in Nigeria, of course, from my accent, you could tell that I have the African origin. So when I was back in Nigeria, then I started
Nigeria?
Yeah, I'm from Nigeria originally.
Oh wow, my dad's Nigerian.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What part? Do you know what part he's from?
No, unfortunately not.
Oh, okay, you gotta find out there.
Yeah.
Do you have any plan of going to Nigeria though?
Yes. Yeah.
You should. You should. It's good to know the route. So back then, like I said, I didn't have the social amenities like I have it right now. That was back then. Things are better now. Then I didn't have no access to YouTube as it were. The phone I was using is just a phone to just pick up and say hello, hi. There was no browsing or nothing. It's not like you guys have it right now. So then when I started listening to the motivation, that was a day I was just walking on the corridor and I heard someone speaking, and the person said, don't you ever allow people's opinion to become your reality. And I paused for a while. I was like, that hit me.
Yeah.
Like he said that some things you are taught, some things you caught. I caught that one and I laid hold of it. So I went into the room. I said, who is that? The guy said, Les Brown. Oh, I said, who is Les Brown? He said, he's a motivational speaker. I didn't know what motivational speaking was. He said, oh, okay.
So that was Les Brown that you.
That was Les Brown. He was talking about his story and what his mentor told him. I think Mr. George Washington, he told him that he should not allow people's opinion to become his reality. So that was when I picked so interest. So I said, can I listen more? I started listening more. I said, well, it was cool. I wanted the message so bad, but I didn't have no YouTube. I didn't have no phone. The only thing I could get then was a flash drive. So I had a flash drive. I copied his messages from him, and I didn't have no laptop. So what I do is that the flash drive became my mobile acquaintance. Anywhere I go, if I see a laptop, I will ask the person, I say, bro, can I listen to this message for a second? Most times they will say, oh man, I don't have no battery. I say, just a minute. And I listen to it, I get inspired. The more I listen to it, the more I want to listen to it. I started feeding my subconscious with so much information, positive vibe. And from Les Brown, I got introduced to Dr. Miles Monroe, to his blessed memory. And I started listening to other people. And then Eric Thomas, and all these people. And then I begin to understood what the true assignment was. Then I said to myself, one day I would love to meet this man called Les Brown. I didn't have no means. I didn't have no idea I was going to come to the state, no plan. And then this is what your limiting belief will always tell you, because this is why you're going to be careful. When you receive a message, when an idea comes, the first thing that fights the idea is your subconscious. Because this is the difference between your consciousness and your subconscious. As I'm talking to you right now, Jelly,
That's your
a
conscious.
lot of information is passing across. A lot of ideas are passing across. But the only one that makes a difference is the one that your subconscious interprets. I want to give an example. I remember when my wife bought her new car last year.
Mm-hmm.
She thought she bought a very unique color, which is
Okay.
like gray or something.
Yeah.
She said, "Oh, I love this color. It was very unique. I don't see it around." I said, "Okay, it's cool." She bought it. So now she bought it. She started driving it.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to drive through, wash it, clean it. Every single time she goes to work, she sees it. Now, the information, the color of this car has now stamped this information on her subconscious mind. She came home after 2 weeks of buying the car. She was like, "Babe, everybody has my car." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Now I see it everywhere." I said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't know. I never used to see it." So this car has been in existence everywhere. But now, because the information is not in your subconscious, whenever you see the car, it brings up that is your car. It brings up that is your car. So then the information I have in my subconscious, we are all based on limiting belief. I never really believe I can achieve what I've achieved now. I never believe I can amount to anything, as it were. So when that thought comes, the limiting belief was like, "Man, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't not going to this thing. You're never gonna meet Lesbian. You're not gonna do this. You're not gonna do that." But I continued. I say continue to do what I was doing. And to cut the long story short, when I came into the state, I had the opportunity to do his program. I was like, "Man, this is it. I have the opportunity right now." And then the program is at every end of the month, they will select 20 people to speak at the summit. I was like, "This is it." I was working so hard to make sure I was selected. And then when was the time for the summit? My name was not there. I was so heartbroken. I was like, "Man, God, I thought you told me this was it." And that goes a long way to tell you that sometimes your plans can be adjusted. Sometimes your hopes can be crushed. Sometimes those things can be delayed. But be rest assured, it's never denied. And when those things happen, I was going through a lot. I worked so hard to be on that summit. And this is the thing, is that I wanted to come on Les Brown's show, but I didn't know what God was planning for me. And then when I ended up inviting him to my show and he accepted, I was still doubting, man. I don't know if this is real. Until that day he appeared. And when he appeared, God told me, "You wanted to go to Les Brown, but I had a better plan to bring Les Brown to you." And that's why I become so grateful, because every disappointment, there's a blessing in it. I was so grateful that I was not chosen. I was so grateful that things went the way it went. And then having Les Brown on my show. And I remember 15 years ago, I said I was going to meet this person, and there was a spirit that saying that it's never going to be possible. And then it became possible. So whatever dream you have right now, big, little, small, I don't care how big it is. Matter of fact, is your dream. If your dream does not scare you, you're not dreaming enough. So I want to encourage anybody out there who has a dream, you have a passion, you have a goal. If you can conceptualize the idea, then it is possible.
So was that the first time you ever met Les Brown after seeing him in Africa?
No,
Like,
I never met him in Africa. I never saw him. I just heard his message over the tape. And I said to my heart, I'm going to see him. I never met him at all. So I had the dream to meet him. So coming to my show was the first time I ever saw him. The first time I ever met him.
wow. But we did actually want to speak with Mr. Les Brown, but we did get Dr. Ona on, which was pretty cool. That was a really nice experience on the
Yeah.
show. So how did it feel to meet Les Brown for the first time?
Oh man, it was such an it was an emotional roller coaster for me, not just because of who he is, but it was more like what I said to myself 15 years ago, and then it's happening now. And then it brought that to my consciousness that everything is possible. And you might look at it and say, what is the big deal about meeting Les Brown? It might not be a big deal, but if you understand where I was coming from, then you understand it was a big deal. And then it was a fulfillment of a vision, and then that will ignite the possibilities of every other things I have in my mind, and that has pushed me, that have led me to believe, even when I face obstacles, I said, okay, I said some things 15 years ago and I still achieved it. It prepares me, it motivates me, it inspires me, because when you set a goal and achieve it, it prepares you for the next goal you're setting. So it is an awesome, exceptional experience then, and I'm still very much grateful for that opportunity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, besides motivational speaking and stuff like that, what do you want to do?
Aside motivational speaking,
Yeah.
what do I have time to do? I hope I will have time to do any other thing. If I have time to do any other thing, probably just do a little bit of investment. But when it comes to job, that is my whole life. The unscripted voice, inspiring people. That's a whole lot of job on this one. And last week we just had a 5 day act of kindness challenge.
Oh yeah.
What people will say, push and pay you forward. It is something I would love to do more. It's something I would love to. I just love to see people uplifted, however, emotionally, spiritually, otherwise, financially. So I'm working towards developing a group where we can go out there and help people financially. I was saying that last week that every 40 seconds, someone in the world somewhere is dying out of suicide. And when people die out of suicide, it's because they have given up in life. They feel neglected, they feel unloved, they feel unappreciated, they feel undervalued. And we are about 7.7 billion people on earth today. Nobody should feel like that. And you have the responsibility to make sure that someone beside you, someone that is your neighbor, is doing okay. Like we always say, there's only one race, the human race. We need to look out for each other. There's no reason why people out there should be hungry. As I'm speaking to you right now, there is someone out there who is not sure of the dinner tonight, who is not sure of the breakfast tomorrow. And that is the lowest. And it becomes very hard for someone under such condition to conceptualize idea, to visualize, to go after their dreams. It's hard. It is hard for someone who has not eaten to go after his or her dream. There's no dream. So we need to get from that level, and then you can then, and this is part of one of the programs I started in Nigeria. Then it's called Bridging the Gap. The whole thing was to let these kids who come from a socially disadvantaged background, to make them understand that their background don't have to determine their front ground, that where they are coming from don't have to determine where they are going. But before you can do that, you can motivate people who are sick. You can motivate people who are hungry enough. They need to eat. The social amenities needs to be there. And that gave me a lot of concern. And I really want to start it from the scratch. And that's why we started that program. Very soon it's going to be more like a monthly program where we go out there to show concern. When you become the reason for someone's happiness, there is no satisfaction that is beyond that. When you remember that you are the reason why someone is smiling today, it gives you ultimate satisfaction. And that is the goal of life. I believe everybody should have. Be the reason why someone is going to smile today. When you wake up, let it be in your mind. Rejoice about it. Be enthusiastic about it. Be expectant about it. Today, who am I going to bless at this gas station? Today, who am I going to help at this grocery store? Let it be a lifestyle. Continue to do it until it becomes part of you. Don't just do it for a challenge. Do it, let it become your lifestyle, and you will lead a very fulfilled life. And that's another thing I'm going to go into. And it is a whole lot that I believe God is doing in this year 2022, bro. It's a whole lot.
And I just looked at your Facebook page. What is the Ify Mccoy Foundation?
Okay, so it's just what I just told you right now about the bridging the gap. What we're doing is because Back in Africa, there are some places that the United Nations had declared to that they are living not just in Africa, in Asia and Europe. A lot of people are living below poverty level. Now, below poverty level means you are living below $1 per day. So they only have $1 per day to feed, but they are below it. And such people, I believe that everybody has a purpose. I believe that everybody has an unlimited potential. I believe that we all came into this world as a messenger to deliver a package, and your package is your purpose. Your package is meant to solve a problem. Your package is meant to uplift people. If everybody successfully deliver their package, everybody will live a fulfilled life. But then is how can you pursue your dream, pursue your purpose when you are hungry? It is practically impossible. You want to go for food first. So then that is why we're trying to do the bridge that gap, help them in their social amenities, and then motivate them into following their dream. And that is what the foundation is all about. Yeah.
And I also saw, what is the MADI?
So MADI is a Mentor Africa Development Initiative. So it's still part of, it is like a subgroup in the Ify Mccoy Foundation. So that is the subgroup, is Mentor Africa Development Initiative. It's a mentorship program we created to make sure that, so we go into high schools. We have a lot of my friends there. We go into high schools for mentorship, to inspire, to motivate. And then we have a track record of following those we have mentored, because we want to push them back into the school, push them back into the community to go and also mentor their juniors. So if you graduate from the courses we're doing, you have to go back and mentor someone. You have to go back and make sure you're holding someone for their own personal development. So that is what the Mentor Africa Development Initiative is all about.
Okay, so is the Ify Mccoy Foundation and a part of Unscripted Voices, or is Unscripted Voices a complete different thing? And
No.
what is your main focus right now? Is it still both of them, or is it just focused on Unscripted Voices?
They are two separate bodies. Personally, I'm working on Scripted Voices, and I have a group that is working on the Ify Mccoy Foundation. And it's a group of my friends. We came together to do it, even though I initiated it. But then Unscripted Voices is more like the business aspect of it. So I'm concentrating personally on Unscripted Voices. The other one is the board of members and board of trustees that take decisions on the things we're doing. But Unscripted Voices is more like the business. I'm personally branding it on my face and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Do you have plans of any other business ideas, like Unscripted Voices or the Ify Mccoy Foundation?
Yeah, I believe as I grow, because every day we grow. I believe as I grow, as I evolve, ideas will come. Like I told you, listen, ideas are flowing every second. Your inability to catch it depends on the frequency of your subconscious, like I said. Because have you ever you see, when was the last time when you stay like this and say, let me think of an idea? Ideas don't come like that. If you just say, okay, now let me think of a million ideas, I can count. Nobody will ever get an idea thinking like that. Ideas comes when you're just showering. Idea comes when you just want to wake up from bed, or when you just want to make a call. Because you see, your subconscious has to be developed to an extent that the frequency is so high, that the vibration is so high that when that idea comes across, you catch it. The Wright brothers, they saw bird flying and aeroplane was in their mind. That's a very high level of frequency. So the things we see, like I told you, our consciousness sees a lot of information, and it goes through our subconscious. What the subconscious interprets is what we do. So I believe as I evolve, as I read, as I study more, as I become better, then my frequency to get new ideas will come. So I don't know. I'm not boxing myself into a place yet. Like I made a post last time, and I believe Dr. Miles Monroe also said something similar. The greatest obstacle to your next success is your last success. Sometimes we box ourselves because we have achieved a little progress, we have achieved a little success. We think that is all there is. Why God is saying that this is just a means to an end. So I will always advise you, keep your heart open, keep your keep your views open, keep your ideas open. Don't box yourself in a place here, because humans, we have an unlimited potentials, unlimited. Your ideas can come to you anytime, anywhere. So I believe as I grow, there could be more ideas coming. I'm so ready to take on it.
Yes. Okay, and I get what you said by subconscious needs to get to that high frequency and stuff like that, because ideas could come from literally anywhere. And it
Right.
may be something in your life, or maybe something that's happening right now. Maybe while you're folding laundry, doing laundry, cleaning dishes, even
Hmm.
sitting down watching TV, or even just laying down in bed,
Right. Right.
sleeping, your subconscious goes and boom, you have an idea. Because I'm writing a script right now, and when I try to sit down and like I'm in like a dead zone and what to say right now, I can't think of it. But then like 2 minutes later, when I'm like sitting watching TV, my mom's watching, it
Yeah.
comes to me.
Yeah. And this is, like I said, that's what happens, is that your consciousness is bringing all this information until the information, like I told you, when my wife bought the car, there was no enough information of a great car in the subconscious. That is why she could not see it. That is why when you drive a white car, you leave your house, all of a sudden everybody's driving a white car, because the information is there. So your subconscious, the level and the frequency and the vibration has to be very high for you to be getting ideas out of the things that are happening. Like the Wright brothers saw bread and it was plain that came into their mind. You can hear a word from my mouth and it will just mean something to you. It is the activity going on in the subconscious. That is why it's important for personal development. The books you read and the movies you watch and the videos you watch, these are the information that energizes you. I said this before. I'm trying to remember the quote I had last time about something related to that. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember right now, but I can. If I remember that quote, I will let you know. But it says more on the importance of personal development and the connection he has with the subconscious, because opportunities are not just an outside event. Opportunities happens when there's an elevation of the subconscious. If you say, "Oh, I have an opportunity today," or I got an idea right now," it's not an outside occurrence. It's an internal occurrence that is activated through the elevation of your subconscious mind. If your subconscious is active positively, that is why you think that some people are just naturally negative. It is the things that are inside of them. Or why you think that some people are naturally positive. It is the information in the subconscious. So, like I said, the personal development is very, very important. You cannot overemphasize it. That is where ideas come from.
And I just thought of this, but it's probably also related to something with emotion too. Like you could get ideas from emotion, even if it's like a small emotion. Like I just got an idea of something because I saw one of my favorite movie theaters closing. It wasn't like an God no,
Yeah,
God no. It was just like a man. I can't believe that place is closing. Uh, but that still spiked an idea.
yeah,
And
yeah. Ideas can come anytime, and it just that's just the way the universe works. It can bring up an idea, and I keep saying this, that any idea that comes to your mind, don't you ever think that you are so little for that idea. The most difficult of the most difficult aspect of idea is the conceptualization. If you have the ability to conceptualize the idea, inherent in you is the capability to bring it into existence. When you are able to tune into a frequency that generates such ideas, already you have the possibilities around you. if you don't have the possibilities, those ideas don't come to you. You will never. Everyone talk about Elon Musk. I believe he has a very high frequency in his subconscious vibration. That is why he has such big ideas. See, it doesn't matter what you think. If you start thinking for ideas from now to tomorrow, you're never going to get one until your subconscious is elevated to understand messages that the conscious is bringing to it. And that is where reading, studying, all those things, that's where it comes from. And someone asked me the other time, he said, Ify, where do you get all these quotes and the ideas you put in? I was like, well, from the same book you're not reading. I'm not copying those quotes from those books, but the books gives me an idea and gives me another perspective, and I say something different. You get what I'm saying? So it still boils down to studying and personal development. You can't overemphasize that.
Like also with something with the subconscious mind, you could like start reading a book or watch a TV show you like, and maybe then you could get an idea about a TV show with the same premise of it, or just an extension of the same story, and maybe you could get with the same person that made it, and boom, you could make a new storyline of it.
Yeah.
And also with the subconscious mind, sometimes your subconscious can be good and also bad. Like you may be thinking, wow, I could probably ask them to make a show with me, but your subconscious may also be like, no, that's stupid. Why would they want to do a show with you? You're just a normal person. They're like a big shot TV network. Why would they do that? That's just dumb.
Those are limiting beliefs. They are limiting beliefs. And it comes from informations that you store in there. That is why today a lot of young people are having their heroes to be rap stars, and everybody want to be that. Why? And a lot of parents are allowing all these musicians to be their children's hero and children's mentors. Everybody want to be on the street. You want to act like this. And what you don't realize that most of these rappers don't even act like that in real life. So what you see on YouTube videos and doing all that, that is not really the way in real life.
Yeah, some people could be acting like, whoa, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be pranking my friend. And like normal days, so just like, hey, how's it going?
Exactly. Jay-Z and Beyonce, I believe that every single week they are in a board meeting talking about business. But they don't come out and tell you about their board meeting. All you hear is the other kind of sound. And people are following the ones they are bringing up, showcasing on the social media. So this is where it becomes very important, because these are the things we store in our system. And then I was listening to Dr. Miles Monroe some time ago. He said I think he had an interview with a young man, and this is what we think. We think that the things we see on the movie, they got it from the street, but no. Most of the gangster movies we watch, you think those ideas came from the street? No, it is the other way around. They thought about it, put it on a movie, and then we are seeing it on the street. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not that they went to the street and saw people doing some gangster stuff, then they put it on the TV. No. Those people on the street actually saw it on the TV, and that's why it's now in the street. So the things you are exposed to determines the information that goes into your subconscious, and that is where you begin to build your values, your ideologies, your way of thinking, your thought processes. All these things comes from the things we are exposed early in life. That's why I tell parents, you gotta be careful to what you expose your children to. This is the time they build their ideologies, because when you are born, your subconscious is empty. Nothing is there. The information you put in there determines what the outcome of your life would be. It's pretty simple.
Yeah. And about what you said, like street movies, they don't develop like from looking at the street or anything. And even if it's like a based off true story, they may have like read it on the news or something. But 9 times out of 10, based on true stories, aren't based off the person who made it.
Yeah, yeah, it's so true. It's so true. It's a whole new study. I think I did a talk on that. This how the subconscious work is mind blowing because at the time I was studying the brain, the brain function, and then connected with the subconscious. It is mind blowing because every single person on earth today, we all have different brains. Even identical twins don't have the same brain, and that's what is called the brain band. Everybody has a peculiar brain band. Now, your brain band is what gives you or what determines energy efficient. That is why, as a young person in school, some people are good in math, others are good in geography, others are good in literature. This is why it doesn't really make sense competing with people because we have different brain band. Now, if you can identify your brain band early in life, it will prepare you to identify your passion and then gives you the opportunity to identify your purpose because you have been differently designed by the creator, I believe, and give you a peculiar strength to function in the universe. That is why when you compete with others is the highest level of ignorance. Focus on your strength, build on your strength. If you identify your brain band, this is what happens is your brain band, when you are working outside the jurisdiction of your brain band, you will start struggling. So if you are not really a math person, now I'm not saying this so that you don't study math, but I'm just saying that if you're not really a math person, but God has, you have a gift in geography, for instance, I will always advise you put extra energy. If you have extra time, put the extra time on geography.
Yeah, like
Don't,
if
yeah, go ahead.
you are in college or anything like that, and you're not really feeling math, but your parents may be like, "Oh wow, math is a great career choice," stuff like that. But if something's telling you inside you should choose geography or something like that, you should choose that as your major instead of math and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
and it doesn't matter that it doesn't mean that you're not going to study your math.
Yeah,
I just encourage you to be okay. Just pass your math. But if you have any extra time, I want to say put it on geography because that is the area where your brain band has energy efficient. Now, this is what happens when you function outside the jurisdiction of your brain band is your brain begin to grasp for more energy. Your brain begin to grab for more sugar. And when your brain start functioning like that, you start getting tired easily. That is why a lot of people get tired at their job. A lot of people get tired at their 5 to 7 to 5 job because they are doing something that is demanding extra glucose from their brain. They get frustrated every time. This is also why you see two people in an office, the same table, or different table as the case may be, the same job portfolio, the same job description. One is happy, one is sad. Why? Because you are doing the same job, but you're not doing the same work. Because a job is what you are paid for, a work is what you are born and designed to do. So if you're doing anything outside the brain bent, you're gonna frustrate yourself. You will end up being sad. You wake up every morning crying because you are struggling. And I don't care how bad you think your situation is. I don't care if you think you are not intelligent. That first of all, that is a lie. I believe there is something that you have a Michael Jordan talent at something. I think Evans always said that. There is something you are so gifted in. You just have not discovered it. I don't believe you are dull. I don't believe that you are unintelligent. I don't believe that you are unsuccessful. You just have not discovered your areas of gifting. The Bible says, I believe, that your gift will make way for you. Your gift will bring you to kings and queens. Your gift will open door for you. Your gift. So your ability to identify your gift gives you a leverage. And one of the ways you can identify that is understanding your brain bed, how you work, how you function. It will lead you to your passion and then ultimately lead you to your purpose. And then you start living your best life.
okay. Wow. As I just noticed the clock, we're almost done with the interview already, which is
Yeah.
pretty weird. But before we get off, you said you wanted me to be on with Unscripted Voices.
So we have the academy is having something very soon in February. So I would push you more information on that to see if you can. They will send you some messages to see if you qualify, which I believe, of course, you qualify to have a 7 to 8 minutes speech presentation, just to inspire the young ones out there. So I believe it's something we'll be glad to have you though. You're already doing an awesome job, so it will be an awesome experience to have you around. So I will give you more information on that, bro.
Thank you. And before we get off, also, can you tell us where we can follow you?
All the social media handles is Ify Mccoy, YouTube still Ify Mccoy, inspiration. And then if you want to go to the website for the academy is unscriptedvoicesacademy.com. And basically, yep, that's all. You can follow me. Instagram is Ify Mccoy and everywhere.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Ify Mccoy, for being on here. And can you stay here in the background room while I get this thing ended?
I didn't get that.
Can you stay in the background room while I end my show?
My background?
No, I mean it's yeah. Just can you stay in the link while I end my show?
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you. And thank you to the wonderful audience out there in the audience. Thank you a lot. If you didn't, make sure to watch my Rice Words video. I was very excited when I won it. So thank you guys for all the support and voting and stuff like that. So thank you a lot. Just thank you for the support throughout the years. Just thank you. And stay tuned for more videos. And also make sure you guys subscribe. Hit the bell. Make sure to subscribe. That helps me out a lot. Helps me with what I'm doing. And just thank you guys a lot. By the way, Happy New Year's. I know I haven't said that yet, but Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. And Merry Christmas. And also, Jalen says Cash App. If you guys do want to donate and stuff like that, you guys can. That helps me a lot with all my equipment I'm getting, stuff like that. We're getting ready to do more shows outside of my studio. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for all the support and just thank you guys. Also, Jalen Says TV, now live for whatever you do, whatever type of content creation, whatever you do, and whatever you do. It's for literally everything: music, TV writing, entrepreneurs, speaking, basically anything. And it won't have like this Jalen Says marker on it. It'll be your own show, your own thing, just like that. So if you guys do want to check it out, please direct message us at Jalen Aliyu, JALEN at Facebook. And just thank you guys a lot. Thank you a lot. Thank you just for everything. And also, we are also wanting you guys to move to our page, our Jalen Says page. Make sure to move over to it because, yes, it really helps a lot. By the way, Jalen Says TV, make sure you go. It's literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. It's on iOS, Samsung, Apple TV, Roku TV. It's on everywhere. Fire Stick, literally everywhere. And it's one of the cheapest things on the market. And for the questions out in the audience, I am getting on TikTok. I'm getting that ready. I know it's been a long time since I last said that, but yes, I am getting it ready. And what is my Cash App? It's $ Jalen Says. Thank you guys for all the support. I'm trying to get more equipment, stuff like that, more stuff to film. I am getting ready to do stuff outside of my studio. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you guys a lot. Thank you for all the support. And guys, I want you to stay. Wait. Subscribe. Make sure to subscribe. You see that? Subscribe. And guys, I want you to stay tuned.